Hello, YouTube viewers. It's Cynthia Michael from Screen Productions, bringing you a new podcast for my subject called The Difference Between Sentai and Power Rangers. Now, like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I will try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording, not to cause any audio feedback as well. Anyway, let's get into the difference between Marine Sentai, Power Ranger, and Power Rangers Time Force. So let's start with Power Rangers Time Force. Now, Power Rangers Time Force is the ninth Power Rangers series. It has 40 episodes. It aired on February. It aired on February the 3rd and ended on November the 17th, 2001. So let's get into the whole storyline for Power Rangers Time Force. Now, it turns out the Time Force the story starts to take place in the year 3000 on Earth. In the year 3000, that Earth has advanced a lot in the year 3000. So far that people they figure a way to people to be born with perfect DNA, but as a result, not those people who weren't born with perfect DNA are mutants. Now, this leader is named Ranjik. So basically, after the Time Force Rangers who capture Ranjik, send him to be forced into some cryogenic jail. Turns out that Ranjik managed to escape custody, still the cryogenic jail, and took it to the year 2000 and tried to use the mutants to help him take over Earth in the year 2000. So five Time Force Rangers being Trip, Lucas, Katie, and Jim, along with a local boy in that time period named Wes, must stop Ranjik and recapture all the mutants that Ranjik set free to help him conquer the year 2000. So basically, that's just Time Force in a nutshell. And also Eric helps them out as well. So anyway, that's just Power Rangers Time Force in a nutshell. Marine Time Ranger is kind of the same thing, but a little different. Yes, it takes place in the year 3000, but it's not about mutants. So it seems. Turns out in the year 2000, Earth has advanced a lot in technology and shit. People, aliens, are living together and shit. But there are some bad people and bad aliens that threatens this paradise. So the leader behind this main, behind this, trying to want to, take the main course behind this paradise is Gubo. Gubo, that henchman that always Madeira. The useless hitman entire time for he was the main bad guy in the Sentai. So basically, just like Ramsey in the Power Ranger version, he stole the cryogenic prison and managed to get the prison into time portal, but unlike Renjic, he had he had four rookie Time Rangers, help him to bring the prison to the year 2000. So basically, the five rookie Time Rangers, Time Rangers got tricked by one or two of those, henchmen or henchwomen to help him get to the year 2000. So basically, along with a local resident, along with a local of that time period, they must stop to take over the year 2000 and recapture all the prisoners that Cupo with him to the year 2000. So basically, that's it. Power Rangers. That's just that's Time Ranger in a nutshell. Now, Power Rangers. Time Ranger is. Time Ranger is the 24 Super Sentai series. It had 51 episodes. It aired on February the 13th, 2000, and ended on February the 11th, 2001. So once again, Time Ranger is the 24th Super Sentai series. It has 51 episodes. It aired on February the 3rd, 2000, and ended on February the 11th, 2001. Now, so basically, let's get into what do these shows have in common and what they don't have in common. Now, Rancic is a original business made for the Power Rangers version. So basically, Rancic is just a originally made business for Time Force. Rancic did not exist in the Sentai. Now, Madeira Flax and Bubo were original bad guys from the Sentai that put into the Power Ranger version of Power Ranger Time Force. So basically, pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same storyline was used throughout Power Rangers Time Force, just like in the Sentai. How Eric became the Quantum Ranger. The same thing happened in the Sentai. Wes's the issues between Wes's father, same thing happened in Sentai. The Rangers, doing our job, moving into, doing our job's money, same thing happened in the Sentai. But the thing that is, in the Sentai, they move into a abandoned building. So, but in the Power Rangers version, they move into a abandoned clock tower. In the Yellow Ranger was a dude. But in the Power Rangers version of Time Force, she was the girl. Now, in the Sentai, they had like they kind of spend on psychic powers in the Power Ranger version, but from the episodes I watched. The green Time Ranger in the Sentai did not have the ability to kind of read minds from the footage I see from the episodes I seen. Now in the Sentai, Circuit was a navigation bot, was a navigation robot that helped him, was a navigation robot that was on board the time ship when they came to the year 2000. But in the Power Rangers version, Circuit was a robot Arrow who was created by Trip. But in the Power Rangers version, Circuit was a robot Arrow who is the timeship person navigation robot, and also the main connection of them being connected to the year 3000 and shit like that. But the major difference between it is when it came to the Red. Now West was West was a rich boy that didn't know what he wants to do in life. But in the Power Rangers, but in the Sentai version, that Time Red was he had a focus in life. He wanted to become a martial arts master and run his own dojo. Now, both the same storyline. The original Time Red is the ancestor of the second time Red in the year 2000. Same thing in Power Ranger version. So basically, a lot of things for So basically, what I'm trying to say, a lot of things for Cap in the Sentai, Cap in the Power Ranger versus from the Sentai. Basically, it's just the same story, but a few changes. Being Rancid is the main villain in the Power Ranger version. Eric the Quantum Ranger, didn't die in the Power Ranger version. In the Sentai version, Time Flyer or the Quantum Ranger not dying in the Sentai, but not in the Power Ranger version. Now, the Q-Rex or the Quantosaurus Rex was not called the Quantosaurus Rex. Actually, it was called B-Rex. The B. So it was called B-Rex because of the B on his neck. So basically, in the Sentai, it was called B-Rex. In the Power Ranger version, it was called the Quantosaurus Rex, or T-Rex. So anyway, no, the Battleizers did not exist in the Sentai. So just to point that out right now. So in the Power Rangers bikes and special vehicles like 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 Eric's, flying spaceship, and and Wes's, flying White Cycle did not exist in the Sentai. Those are so basically the Battleizer was the Battleizer, and the special vehicles were for Power Rangers only. So basically, but the time yet did exist in the Sentai and also into the Power Ranger version. So the time jet did exist in Sentai, and it got put into the Power Ranger version. So basically, so basically, this is this is another difference between, so this is a difference between Time Ranger and Power Ranger Time Force. Now, for uh, before I sign off, let you guys know, let you guys know, next month I will be on the, in a week or so, I will be doing Power Ranger, to talk about the difference between Power Ranger and Power Ranger Fire Force. So anyway, this is Cynthia Michael, sign off. One.